In step 15, the lead engineer is requested to add new potential variants for the smart head of the valve into the generic engineering structure called the enterprise structure. The goal of this step is to prepare the final bill of material in the design engineering for further downstream processes such as manufacturing, operating, and servicing the smart valve. The app, Manage Product Structure, is the central app to search, open, and create product structures. The structure DTO valve EvoGuard represents the EvoGuard double-seated valve with all its variants, including the classic head and the different colored versions for the smart head. The product structure is the central backbone. All objects like components, material masters, documents, and visualization are used or referenced here. Here all disciplines like ECAD, MCAD, and software are brought together. Rules are attached to variants to select the right component based on simulation or configuration. For example, the different types of color configuration for the smart valve head includes a white, yellow, or blue. The whole structure will be used for the base for handover to manufacturing. The product structure simulates the product based on options of a valid product configuration, also known as a 100% out of 150% structure. A 150% bill of material or BOM is a product structure with all the variants used to define and manage the possible variations of the product. It is basically combining all possible BOMs for the product into one single BOM. Whereas a 100% BOM is derived by applying specific selection criteria to the 150% BOM and creating a useful BOM for manufacturing and sales. There's no extra variance in the 100% BOM. Here, the lead engineer sees that the simulation hides all the components which do not fit to the given options. This allows everyone who is involved in the engineering process to validate the structure and its rules. Software constraints are used to specify which software version is compatible to which hardware part. To manage software constraints, the app Manage Software Constraints is used. Here the lead engineer can see that there are 4 software items. To check the software version of a software item, they select the software item with the description saying Enhanced Sensor Data Tracking. Now they're able to view in more detail the hardware constraints, software constraints, and versions of that particular software item. In order to do a validation check of the software compatibility within the product structure, they go back into the Manage Product Structure app. Under Additional Functions, the lead engineer is able to perform a software compatibility check. This is done to see if all dependencies are met or if there are conflicts which must be resolved.